Just last Saturday, I was flipping on the TV and I noticed a 30-second spot of a film that I've never heard about. And that film was called For Greater Glory. And what intrigued me the most about the movie was Andy Garcia. I'm a huge fan of Andy Garcia, and we just don't see him very much in movies today. At least I haven't. And he was nominated for an Oscar. And so I was really intrigued by this film, didn't know much about it, had only seen that 30-second spot. I wasn't bombarded by the trailer over and over again. And it turns out it's based on a true story. The beginning of the 20th century in Mexico, the president seemed to have this, you just like, the Catholic Church. I hate the Catholic Church, so I'm going to get rid of it. And then there's this uprising, and that's where the movie, you know, kind of gets going, well, anyways, I just want to say who's in this movie first. Of course, Andy Garcia is in this film, and Eva Longoria, and Peter O'Toole. Peter O'Toole's in this movie. You don't get to see him much in movies anymore. He's getting older, yes. But it was really nice, you know, it was a surprise. I didn't know who was going to be in this movie, so everything was going to be a surprise. Even the plot and the story, I didn't know what was going to happen. So that was kind of exciting, you know. As I watched this movie, I felt like I was actually learning something. You know, I cared about the characters, I cared about the situation. I was invested. I felt, as an audience member, that they cared, that I was invested. And I liked this movie. I enjoyed it. And Andy Garcia, every time he's on screen in this film, he commands your attention. And he's just such a great actor. I'm hoping that we get to see more of him. Now, the things that I wish were different about this movie, I wish it was more gritty. It didn't feel too authentic. It did feel like it had that big Hollywood feel. We're epic and we're Hollywood. I wish it felt a little more real, like I was watching something unfold in front of my eyes. It did feel, with the melodramatic acting, it just felt a little phony at times. I would have liked to have the film in Spanish. Why didn't they not just have it in Spanish with English subtitles? I don't mind reading when it comes to the movies. I love foreign language films. That kind of took me out of the experience. In turn, I really liked this movie. I thought the acting was really good. I thought the story was really interesting, something I didn't really know about, and I was kind of touched by the story a few times. The whole fact that you can lose any kind of freedom, especially religious freedom, because I believe that you're allowed, I believe that you should be allowed to worship the way you feel. And whether you believe in God or not, you should be able to worship that. And to have that stripped away, I mean, what they did, and it's terrible. They killed priests and anybody who believed and wasn't willing to say, I don't believe anymore, and I believe what the government is saying. I don't know how true this was to the actual movie, but at the credits they were showing the actors and then showing the real people. So they did try, and it seemed like they did a good enough job to get you really close enough to what really happened. I really enjoyed this movie. I'm going to give For Greater Glory 3 stars. You can like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and you can subscribe to me right here. Please comment and like. You can also go to WeLiveFilm.com and also subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film.